Computapes, Mark Smolin, Excel video number 1. Navigating around an Excel spreadsheet. You may notice that the Excel program has basically the same ribbon and the same tabs, or very similar tabs, to what is in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, or any other Microsoft program. It has a File tab, a Home tab, and an Insert tab, and even a Page Layout tab that are mostly the same as you'll find in Word and PowerPoint. Even the Review tab is also very similar, but you'll notice it has additional tabs for the features that are specific in Excel. Notice the ribbon changes and the commands and the groups change as you click on the different tabs, just like in Microsoft Word or any Office program you are familiar with. The body of the spreadsheet is broken down into columns that are labeled by letter and rows that are labeled by number. When a column crosses a particular row, the box that is formed is called a cell. A cell. So, you should know. The ribbon is the same as Microsoft Word. The columns are labeled as letters, the rows are labeled as numbers, and when they cross they form a cell. A cell. You could call it a box, but it's really called a cell. Now, the cell is a box that you can identify as an address. The address of the cell is the column and row. So, for example, if I move the active cell to this position here, the name of this cell is E9. So this box is called E9 because it's in column E, row 9. Notice when the active cell is in E9, the column heading and row heading are highlighted. Also notice when the cell is in E9, in the top left, this is called the name box. It tells you the specific address or location of the active cell. There are 3 ways to move the active cell. There are 3 ways to make the cell, the active cell, move to a different position, and it's very simple. You can click the mouse pointer on the cell. That's easy. You can move the arrow keys till the active cell is the one that you want, or you could click the cursor in and highlight and select the name box and then type in the address of the cell. All 3 will work to move the active cell to the specific address that you want. If I move the mouse pointer to B4 and I click once, the active cell is now B4. Now I can type and it comes out in B4. Again, you must hit enter to seal what's in the box and keep it in the cell that you want and move the cursor away. I can move the down arrow key, the right arrow key, the left arrow key, and the up arrow key to move the cell and to move the active cell to the specific address that I want. Then I can even type in some numbers. In order to keep what you type in the cell, you must hit the enter key. When you hit the enter key, the active cell will move down 1 row and it will save in the cell or in the box the stuff that you typed. The third way to move the active cell or to move the active cell to a specific address is to click into the name box and highlight or select the name and type in the one that you want. If I type in G7 and I hit enter, notice the active cell becomes G7. If I click in the name box and I type in D16, I hit the enter key, and of course the active cell jumps to D16. Okay, so not only will the name box tell you what address the active cell is, but the name box actually allows you to type in a specific address and hit enter, and the cursor jumps to that address.